This video is for completion of an assignment in Counseling 5595, University of North Texas at Dallas, summer semester 2015. Assignment entitled Project 1. This project reviews the case of Pam and Lewis, a fictitious couple in a fictitious scenario, and begins to formulate an effective approach assisting them in their marriage, in the relationship through couples counseling, and using the work of John Gottman as guide. We pick up their story more than 12 weeks into a series of marriage counseling sessions already. Pam has had 2 recent individual sessions, and in those she shared that she is now in an affair with Richard. That began with them renewing their acquaintance at a high school reunion. She then has met Richard secretly. They have had great sex. She now feels guilty. Richard is everything. She's conflicted, plans to tell Lewis, her husband, an ultimatum to either fix their marriage or she will leave him. Now this follows 18 years of marriage, raising 2 teen girls, one who is finishing high school, headed for college, the other one a much younger teenager. Both spouses establishing their own careers. Much emphasis in this case is on the priority of the children along the way. And now the prospect of the older girl soon heading for college has made Pam fear that she and Lewis have been growing apart. And this was the basic reason for their beginning marriage counseling in the first place. It reminds me of a mentor of mine years ago, concerned over the growing expectation that parenting must be perfect and thus erodes the marriage relationship. This mentor shared with every young couple in his ministry that if the marriage is okay, the kids will be okay. I note 6 presenting concerns in this case, and the first is there are to be no secrets in Gottman method marriage counseling, which means that Lewis is about to learn of the affair relationship and the deceptions making it possible. As soon as through individual sessions, Pam is ready to do that in a conjoint session. The second concern is that Pam and Lewis will be in individual sessions if and until Pam actually ends the affair. Third concern is that when Pam and Lewis are able to continue in session together, their negative sentiment override, a la John Gottman, needs to be channeled and turned into positive sentiment override. Fourth concern, I think Pam is needing to dispel the habit of criticism toward Lewis, that there's just not enough life in the marriage for her coming from him. Fifth concern is I see Lewis as needing to dispel the habit of stonewalling toward Pam. And lastly, number 6, the problem with all of the above, of course, is that this couple has been in marriage therapy for over 3 months when the illicit affair began in the first place. It seems as though there was little progress before, and now the odds against success are staggering, of course. Well, in regard to concerns 1 and 2, as far as assessment instruments for use with Pam and Lewis in their individual and then conjoint sessions, I would recommend they're going back to the basics during their individual sessions using the Love Maps questionnaire, including the 20 questions game, make your own love maps, and the Who Am I instrument. The purpose of this will be for each spouse to recall all that they have been to each other for 18 years of marriage, family, and home. And this couple seems to have become dulled to what they have and what they have shared together. Hopefully serious attention to these exercises can assist in their revived shared meaning. In regards to concerns 3, 4, and 5, and that is building a positive sentiment override, Pam needing to stop criticism toward Lewis, and Lewis needing to stop stonewalling toward Pam. In regard to those concerns, I recommend they're using the Nurturing Fondness and Admiration questionnaire, including I Appreciate instrument, the history and philosophy of your marriage. And having come that far, if they were to make it that far, then the 7-week course in fondness and admiration. Pam is only seeing the negative in Lewis at the time of the affair with Richard. Lewis is stonewalling because it's all too much to deal with at once. And for both of them, Pam and Lewis, everything is swirling into negatives. Nurturing Fondness and Admiration will remind each of the positives they've shared and have helped them become who they are at present. They may begin remembering what their friendship with each other is, not only that it's not only unique, but it's also most important. In regard to concern 6, I see a glimmer of hope, actually. There's evidence that Pam and Lewis are still able and motivated to turn toward each other by the simple fact, and maybe a very rudimentary fact, but still, neither has quit the marriage counseling effort. If they were not still fundamentally turning toward each other, they would have quit some time ago. I do recommend the emotional bank account instrument in order to help them build toward each other. The focus on day-to-day tiny graces of life lived together can have the result of turning their negative sentiment override to positive sentiment override. They are getting older. They're asking themselves, is that all there is? Particularly Pam expressing that. This assessment instrument may assist them in seeing that the biggest meaning in each of their lives is the other. So, treatment goals 1 through 6 corresponding with the concerns and with the instruments recommended. Goal 1, Pam share frankly and truthfully concerning her affair with Richard. Secondly, Pam ends the affair with Richard entirely. Thirdly, Pam and Lewis remember and review and share positives of their life together. Fourth, Pam practices positive statements toward Lewis. Fifth, Lewis practices addressing Pam and her concerns in positive ways. And sixth, Pam and Lewis learn the value of intentionally turning toward each other. And that is the end of this video. Thank you.